Today, we're diving into the story of the Athens 2004 Olympics. And let me tell you, this was about so much more than just a sports competition. This was an attempt to completely redefine a city, and maybe even a whole nation.
Unforgettable dream games. That's a pretty big statement, right? Especially coming from the head of the Olympic Committee. But to really get why that was such a huge deal, we have to rewind the clock to a time when Greece was facing some really serious economic headwinds. So here's how we're going to break it all down today. We'll start with those economic struggles, then see how the Olympic dream lit a fire under the country. We'll look at the incredible transformation of Athens, dig into the price tag for it all, and finally ask the big question: what kind of legacy did it really leave behind? All right, so let's set the stage. Our story really kicks off in the decades leading up to the year 2000. This was a period where, to put it mildly, the Greek economy was really struggling to find its footing. I mean, think about that. For a full quarter of a century, Greece was at the bottom of the economic ladder in the EU. And this wasn't just some abstract problem on a chart. It meant real instability and a feeling that the country just wasn't moving forward. And when you look at the actual numbers, whoa, it tells a pretty wild story. We are talking about absolutely crippling inflation, at one point averaging over 20%. That means your money was losing value fast. On top of that, you had these huge government budget deficits. It just seemed like a cycle that was impossible to break. But then, in the late 90s, things started to change dramatically. A really effective economic stabilization plan kicked into gear. It took these problems head on, and just look at the result. Inflation was crushed, dropping from almost 14% all the way down to 2.7%. This amazing turnaround was what opened the door for Greece to join the euro in 2001. Now, this economic turnaround wasn't just happening on its own in a vacuum. It had a massive motivator, a single, unchangeable deadline that focused the entire country's energy like a laser beam: the Olympic Games. It's a bit of a comeback story, actually. After the huge disappointment of losing the '96 Centennial Games to Atlanta, Athens came back with a smarter, more detailed bid, and in 1997, they won. This victory became this incredibly powerful catalyst for modernization, and the timing couldn't have been better, happening right as they were joining the euro. So you had these two massive forces coming together at the exact same time: the push for economic stability and the sheer ambition of hosting the Olympics. It was a once-in-a-generation moment for Greece. And speaking of which, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell, share and like my videos. The information in the video is compiled from open sources. Thank you. Okay, so the Olympic clock is ticking. What happens next? An absolute construction boom. Greece went all in on one of the most ambitious urban renewal projects you can imagine, completely remaking the face of its capital. And this wasn't just about building one big, shiny stadium. Nope, we're talking about a complete overhaul of the entire city. A huge network of brand new and totally upgraded venues stretching all the way from the beautiful coastline right up into the mountains. So, how'd they pay for all this stuff? Well, they got creative. A key part of the strategy was using public-private partnerships, like this B.O.O.T model they used for the new airport. Basically, a private company foots the bill to build something, they run it for a while to make their money back, and then eventually they hand the keys over to the government. And the scale we're talking about here is just huge. The new state-of-the-art airport alone cost 2 billion euros. This wasn't just an airport. It was the country's single biggest infrastructure project, a new, modern gateway to Greece. And then there was the metro system. This was a total game changer for Athenians. They laid down 27 kilometers of new track, reaching deep into neighborhoods that needed it, and most importantly, linking up with that new airport. Suddenly, getting around the city became so much easier. But here's the really cool part, and it's something so uniquely Athens. Every time they started digging for the metro, it turned into a massive archaeological site. They unearthed over 30,000 ancient artifacts, and instead of just boxing them up, they actually built them into the new stations. They literally turned the subway into a series of mini museums. How amazing is that? So you see, it wasn't just one or two big projects. It was everything, all at once. A brand new tram system connecting the city to the sea, a massive new ring road to handle traffic, and these beautiful new walkways that finally connected all of Athens' incredible ancient sites. It was a complete modernization. All right, so this all sounds incredible, right? A sparkling new city. But you know what's coming next? The bill.
This historic transformation definitely came with a pretty hefty price tag. The grand total to the Greek government came in at around 9 billion euros. Now, that is a massive number, no doubt about it. But to really understand it, we've got to break down where that money went and what Greece actually got in return for its investment. Okay, first things first, the committee that actually ran the games, well, they ended up with a surplus. They brought in over 2 billion euros in revenue. And just look where most of that cash came from, a whopping 38% from selling the broadcasting rights around the globe. But what about the impact on the rest of the country's economy? Well, the ripple effect was pretty clear and pretty positive. In that peak year, 2004, all the activity from the Olympics was responsible for a full 2% of Greece's entire GDP and supported over 80,000 jobs. That is a serious economic boost. And here's a stat that might actually surprise you. Even with that 9 billion euro price tag, when you break it down by the number of athletes competing, Athens was incredibly efficient. It cost just $300,000 per athlete. Compare that to London, which was $1.4 million per athlete. That's a huge difference. So the party's over, the athletes have flown home, and the Olympic flame has been extinguished. The big question is, what was really left behind for Athens and for Greece when all the dust settled? Well, the most obvious, tangible legacy is the infrastructure itself. That world-class airport is now a major hub in Europe. The modern metro is still the lifeblood of the city. The tram, the rail networks, the ring road, these are all things that are absolutely essential to daily life in Athens today, and the Olympics made them happen in a fraction of the time it might have otherwise taken. The Athens 2004 Olympics were just this incredible story of national pride, immense ambition, and very real, very concrete transformation. It forced a deadline on modernization that changed the country forever, and it leaves us with this powerful question to think about. Can a massive, expensive 16-day event truly set a new course for an entire nation's future?